Business Essentials Podcast. Unlock your career.
Learn to speak business English like a pro.
Welcome back. Imagine the interview finish line when they ask, "Why should we hire you?" That make or break moment where your answer seals the deal. Today we're mastering persuasive self-presentation language that wins jobs.
Hey Marcus, great to dive into this.
Sarah, your insights on critical first impressions are invaluable. Why does this question carry such weight?
The data is clear. Recruiters spend just 7.4 seconds scanning resumes, and a third of hiring managers decide within the first 90 seconds of meeting you.
90 seconds? That's lightning fast. In one study, 59.9% decide within 15 minutes of a 30-minute interview, leaving 50 to 75% of candidates failing due to lack of preparation.
And why should we hire you is where that lack of preparation shows most clearly. It's your moment to pitch yourself. Yet most candidates give a generic answer that could apply to literally anyone.
Like what?
You should hire me because I'm hardworking, a team player, and I learn fast.
And that sounds terrible when you say it out loud.
That answer is interchangeable with dozens of other candidates. The interviewer learns nothing unique. It's a weak signal. And every word you say is a signal of value or risk.
For our listeners, what does signal actually mean in this context?
In business, signal means a piece of information that indicates your value or capability. Employers can't see your future performance, so they infer it from signals like preparation, clarity, and specificity. When you say vague things like, "I'm hardworking," the interviewer can't decode real value.
So they're looking for proof, not adjectives.
Around 30% of hiring managers say applicants fail to provide concrete evidence. So instead, you'd say, "You should hire me because in my last role, I increased qualified leads by 32% in 6 months by rebuilding our content funnel, and I see 3 similar opportunities in your current marketing strategy."
That's specific, quantified, and connects to their business.
And that's what turns a maybe into a yes.
So let's talk about the biggest mistakes. What's number one?
Giving a generic answer everyone could say. Those are just adjectives without evidence. Generic adjectives send weak signals and are quickly forgotten.
And they blend into the pile.
Candidates who use specific, measurable examples show about a 30% higher chance of advancing to the next round.
Give me another mistake.
Reciting the resume instead of telling a focused story. Someone will walk chronologically through every role, and the interviewer's brain is overloaded. There's no clear takeaway on why this candidate is the best fit.
So what should they do instead?
You'd say, "Across my last 2 roles, I've consistently turned messy processes into measurable savings. For example, reorganizing our supply process cut office costs by 30% year over year." I'd apply the same process improvement mindset to your current challenge with vendor management.
So you're connecting past results to future value for them.
That shift improves interview predictive validity by roughly a third.
What's another common mistake?
Focusing only on yourself instead of the employer's problems. Someone will say, "You should hire me because this role is a great opportunity for me to grow my career."
And that's all about what they want, not what the company needs.
It signals a self-centered mindset. More than 70% of employers say evaluating the whole candidate, including values and cultural fit, leads to better results.
So what would the right version sound like?
From your last earnings call and job description, it's clear you're trying to reduce churn in your SMB segment. In my previous role, I cut churn by 18% in 9 months by tightening onboarding. I'd focus on applying that playbook to your target segment.
So you're demonstrating homework and understanding.
Prepared candidates who research the company and connect their skills to specific business issues consistently outperform those who don't. Roughly 70% of interview success comes from preparation quality.
So preparation matters more than experience.
In many cases, yes. The candidates who get offers aren't always the most experienced. They're the best prepared.
What about rambling and talking too much?
Absolutely a mistake. Someone will give a 5-minute meandering answer, jumping between unrelated examples. The interviewer loses the thread.
So how long should the answer be?
Ideally, 60 to 90 seconds. You want a tight star story: situation, task, action, result. For example, you should hire me because when our team was missing deadlines, I led a project to redesign our workflow, which reduced cycle time by 22% and increased on-time delivery to 96%.
That's concise, structured, and has numbers.
Overcommunication is a documented failure pattern. Roughly a third of candidates talk too much in interviews.
What about exaggerating or overselling yourself?
That's the fifth major mistake. Someone will inflate their impact. I single-handedly saved the project. Or take credit for team wins without evidence. That triggers distrust.
So, how do you balance selling yourself without sounding dishonest?
You'd say, on that project, I owned stakeholder communication and risk tracking. While it was a team win, my specific contribution was redesigning the reporting cadence, which cut surprise issues by 40%.
So, you're acknowledging the team, but being clear about your role.
Research shows that deceptive self-promotion is the most negatively related impression management behavior to interviewer ratings. But honest self-promotion is rated positively.
Impression management. What does that mean?
Impression management is how you present yourself to influence how others perceive you. In interviews, honest impression management means accurately highlighting your achievements. It's assertive but honest, anchored in specific, verifiable results.
So, it's evidence-based self-presentation.
Right. And employers have been burned by bad hires. 74% report hiring the wrong person. A bad hire can cost up to 30% of first-year wages, so they're highly sensitive to honesty signals.
So, they need proof you can deliver.
Which is why you need a framework. Let me walk you through the 4-phase YES framework.
Lay it out.
Phase 1 is know their win. You research the company, recent news, product updates, challenges. You decode the job description into 3 to 5 core success outcomes. Then you identify 2 to 3 of your strongest stories that match those outcomes.
So, you're doing homework before the interview.
Phase 2 is select your proof stories. Past behavior predicts future performance. You choose 2 to 3 star stories where you drove outcomes similar to their win.
Give me an example.
One relevant example. In my last role, our onboarding was taking 21 days, and customers were churning early. I led a workflow redesign, mapped each step, removed redundant approvals, introduced automated nudges. Within a quarter, onboarding time dropped to 12 days, and early churn fell by 15%.
So, you're showing past results that match what they need.
Phase 3 is craft the 1-minute yes statement. You need a crisp, confident summary early that shapes the rest of the conversation through the primacy effect.
What does primacy effect mean?
The primacy effect is a psychological principle that shows information encountered first is remembered more strongly and shapes later judgments. In interviews, early moments anchor the overall evaluation,
So, the beginning is disproportionately important.
which is why your 1-minute answer needs structure. You start with their need. You're looking for someone who can. Then you link 2 to 3 strengths to that need, backed by results. Finish with a confident, forward-looking statement.
How would I structure it exactly?
You're looking for someone who can stabilize onboarding and reduce early churn. Across my last 2 roles, I've cut cycle times by over 40% and reduced early churn 15 to 20% by redesigning processes and aligning teams around clear metrics. I'm data-driven, comfortable partnering cross-functionally, and I genuinely enjoy turning messy systems into simple ones. That's why I'm confident I can help you hit your retention targets.
That's so clear.
And it's under 2 minutes. Phase 4 is close with fit and future value. Show you're a culture ad, not just a skill match.
What does that look like?
You tie your working style to the company's stated values, like ownership, customer obsession, continuous improvement. You mention behaviors that demonstrate those values and end with a forward-looking impact statement.
Give me an example.
Beyond the numbers, your emphasis on continuous improvement really resonates with me. In my current team, I started a monthly failure review that helped us reduce repeat incidents by 25%. I'd love to bring that same spirit here, learning fast, sharing openly, and focusing on long-term customer value.
So you're showing culture alignment with evidence.
This is critical because 60% of employers say soft skills are more important today than 5 years ago. And 55% of hiring managers would hire a candidate with excellent soft skills, even if they lack some hard skills.
So soft skills now outweigh technical ability?
Absolutely. Employers want people who can think critically, adapt, and collaborate.
Let's talk about exact phrases that work. What should people say?
You should hire me because I've already solved the kind of problems you're facing with measurable results. That reframes the answer around their problems.
What's another?
From what I understand, success in this role means X and Y. In my last role, I delivered specific result, and I'm confident I can do the same here.
What about asking clarifying questions before you answer?
Absolutely. Before I answer, could I confirm what success in this role looks like over the first 6 to 12 months? That shows strategic thinking.
What other questions work?
Which challenges are most urgent for the person you hire? Speed, quality, or stakeholder alignment? Or, are there particular metrics you'll use to evaluate success in this position?
So you're gathering information to tailor your answer.
And then you can ask permission. Would it be helpful if I shared a quick example that's closest to the challenges you just described?
Would it be helpful if? Is that common in business English?
Very common. It's a polite, collaborative way to offer information or take action without interrupting or dominating.
Before we wrap up, let's recap the key terms.
The main ones were signal, impression management, primacy effect, and culture add. Signal means information that indicates your value. Impression management is how you present yourself. The primacy effect is when information encountered first shapes later judgments. And culture add means bringing values and behaviors that strengthen the team.
So our listeners can use these terms when preparing for interviews or discussing career strategy.
And remember, these concepts apply beyond interviews. Use the YES framework when advocating for promotions, pitching yourself for projects, or networking.
Sarah, what's the one thing you want people to take from this episode?
The candidates who get offers aren't always the most experienced. They're the best prepared. Why should we hire you is your designed first impression. It's about research, structure, and evidence. If you invest 3 to 5 hours preparing, researching the company, decoding their needs, selecting star stories, and practicing your pitch, you'll walk into that interview with a roadmap. You'll answer with clarity, confidence, and business impact.
That's powerful. Think about your last interview. How did you answer, why should we hire you? Would you hire you? Share your experience in the comments.
And if you try the YES framework in your next interview, come back and tell us what changed.
Masterclass level interview tactics today. Sarah, you turned every tip into pure gold.
Couldn't have crushed it without you, Marcus. If this sparked one aha for your next interview, my mission's complete.
Thanks for riding this wave with us. You bring the real energy every time.
Pay it forward. Slide this episode to your job hunt squad, then test drive a power question in practice mode.
Next episode's your edge. What questions to fire at interview's end? Ditch the bland culture vibe stuff.
We're dropping the exact gems that scream, "This candidate gets it," painting you as the strategic star already owning the role.
Make or break closer decoded. Don't fumble this like most do.
Prep like pros, own every ending, and strut to victory.
Peace out, interview aces. Rev up for the finale.
Counting down to blow your minds again soon.
Business Essentials Podcast. Unlock your career.
Learn to speak business English like a pro.